Are we on?
We're on.
All right. Welcome. This is the inaugural episode of Gentleman Dog Portrait, GDP podcast. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Mike.
He's Mike. I'm Dean. And you guys are the audience. All right. No, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've always wanted to do it for the longest time. I used to listen to them a lot, and then it just got sparse. It comes in waves. It was definitely more of a Maximum Fun podcast guy.
Yeah.
There were a couple of those. Throwing Shade, my brother and me.
Nice.
Wanted to do it in high school. Turns out I was crappy with computers, so that never happened. Wanted to do a radio show in college. Never committed to actually going to the radio station, so that did not happen.
I was on the radio in college, but I just did not, I never submitted a tape or, you had to go through all these hoops to get your own show. So my friend got a show, and I was just the guest on it every week.
That is remarkably my story, too.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be some sort of initiation process, but the only hoop you had to jump through was make yourself known there. Just go hang out, sit at in the hangout area of the radio station, and I couldn't bring myself to do that.
You had to ingratiate yourself with the
It wasn't because I didn't like anybody there. I just couldn't bring myself to sit down and chill out where I could be doing that literally anywhere else. But I did end up guesting a lot on a jazz program.
Okay.
I learned a lot more about soul music then, and the guy that hosted the show, he's one of my best friends. So it worked out. It worked out. I was able to get my fix. I came in every once in a while. I came as I went. And that's my story. I've always wanted to do radio. I always wanted to do podcasts, and now here I am, living the dream. Not actually doing it as a job.
Yeah, I mean, it's the amount of time it took us to set up right now is
It's remarkably simple. It's incredible. I have no idea how much traction it's gonna get, but we'll see. We'll see. It's too early to plan for that kind of stuff, especially since we don't have any fans at the time of recording this. We have people who might be interested.
That's not true.
We have people who are interested. We don't have people who say they are fans. Full on.
There are people anticipating this show.
We did talk it up. We did talk it up with some people. I certainly talked it up. I was getting a waffle yesterday because it was a long week. I was just perpetually pissed off, and I'm like, you know what? I actually need to have breakfast this week. And I got a waffle, and I was talking with the guy. It was a Waffles and Dingus truck. Have you ever had those?
Yeah, I've had them. Very nice.
Amazing breakfast, best I've had in a while, but that's not the point. The point is, I was talking with a guy, and I was like, oh, you doing anything for the weekend? Well, as a matter of fact. And he told me he listens to
launching
podcasts.
a podcast, yeah.
It's surprising when people tell me they listen to this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them, well, mine's going to be a bit more comedy-based, a bit more offbeat news. It's like, I'm into the informative ones. I'm like, oh.
What did you get on your waffle, by the way?
Ice cream.
Okay.
At a little before 9 a.m.
Speculoos ice cream?
No, it was vanilla.
Okay.
There was hot fudge. There was speculoos. There were walnuts.
I have a jar upstairs of that stuff.
I had a jar. I left it at someone's house.
It's so good, but I don't know what to put it on. I just end up putting a spoon in the jar. And
everything that could be considered sweet, just put it on there.
Yeah, it's good with ice cream.
Yeah, no, it's good with anything. I've yet to try it on meatsies, but
I always end up putting it on a cookie, and I'm like, this is a little redundant, but it's nice. I mean,
well, cookie, it's a cookie enhancer on top of a cookie. It's like putting bacon on anything that has meat. It's it's already meat, but it's better. It's better for having it. It went through the journey.
It went through the journey.
It went through
Throw
the
a little
journey.
Extra meat on there.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Everything's better with a giant chunk of meat. So, as you may or may not have picked up from that little conversational piece, this is more of an offbeat news kind of deal. We know there's a lot of turmoil and trouble going on in the world, and really stuff that people don't want to keep hearing over and over and over. I know I have news going on at my job, and it's always about who's terrorizing France or what's going on in the Middle East, and I'm like, where's the lighthearted stuff? Where's the stuff? Where's the stuff that shows that normal people are just as screwed up? So we got a couple of things here. From all over, and Mike hasn't really like read any of these stories. He's heard like a couple.
You're gonna get my raw reaction here.
Yeah, and
to what's going on.
He's got some weird tech news. Since we're both geeky in that sense, so I really haven't read any of them. Maybe I've heard some. Who knows? But I think we'll start this off. We'll do our inaugural first story with something that's been going on in the news lately with football. And are you a football guy?
I know pretty much nothing about football.
I know that it's people on a team are trying to get a ball somewhere.
I mean, if I watched a game, I would know what was going on for the most part. But
yeah.
I don't know the teams. I don't know the players.
Yeah, when people start throwing statistics, I'm like, you guys are nerds.
If there was a group of people watching football, and there was some beer and some food, I would do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
I would never turn down a Super Bowl. That's the main thing.
If I was alone, I would never watch a game. It's just not what I do.
Yeah. And it needs to be like a group thing. Like how some people only drink in a group, or some people only smoke in a group. I only watch sporting events in a group. But this one, I am familiar with the New England Patriots. I know they're kind of like the Black Knights of football.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you live in Boston or you don't. And that's basically your feelings on the New England Patriots. But to hear that regulation balls were deflated and no one picked up on it until it was too late.
Now, what is the benefit of deflating a ball? Is that to give the other team a disadvantage?
Yeah, it's like the quarterback, as far as I can understand it, the quarterback is able to grip it better.
Oh yeah,
it's not so much about like being able to throw it farther, but it's certainly it's like if I gave you a baseball and you're like, okay, I can handle this one, and then during a game I give you a one of those shot put balls painted to look like a baseball. Be like, okay, this is completely different. What the hell am I going to do with this?
A softer football would be easier to just sink your fingers into, I guess, and grab onto.
Yeah, I think that was mostly the point. And it got me thinking. People are so up in arms about a deflated football, and this was essentially a game. This is grown men playing a game.
Right.
But games are meant to be fun, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
you used to play football, and people used to have fun with it, but now it's like, it's something that your crazy uncle insists that your entire family does during Thanksgiving. You're like, crazy Uncle Ed, I don't want to play this. I'm gonna hurt my sister, she's gonna cry, why are you doing this to us? He's like, no, we're playing football. I don't think play is the right name for it anymore. I think it's just a verb now.
I mean, it's their job. Like, they're trying to win. If they win, if their team wins, they get more money, right? They're more...
I would assume so. I would assume so. It would be weird if, like, the winning team that is known nationwide is also paid the least.
Yeah. I mean, and they're building... And it's like, if they consistently win, their careers are much more... they're... those football players will retire and have, better deals and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're more valuable, first and foremost. And to anyone that actually is listening to this, and there's some sort of comment section, by all means, you could prove us wrong.
Yeah.
I love to learn things, but I don't think play is the right thing for it now. I think it's just a verb. I think it should be, like, instead of playing football, you're doing a football. You're footballing.
I don't know if that's doing a football.
Because play kind of insists that you are enjoying yourself while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see those guys in the field? They're really only happy when their team is winning.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah, but they're still getting paid a lot more than anyone else they could think of.
I wonder, like, it's like certain video games now, people, they're professional players in esports.
Yeah. I saw when Dota became an esport.
And now it's like, I don't know, like there are times when I play League of Legends and it's like, I don't know if I'm having fun, you know? It's
Yeah,
like
you're
so
doing it now.
It's so
You're
intense.
doing it.
The game ends and I'm like, wow, I feel like I just like, whew, like that. I can't play another game. Like I have to go relax and do something fun now, you know? I don't know if it's just such a weird twist.
Well, that's you being competitive. We play this game, Kingdom of Loathing, which probably the post show is going to be about. It's going to be a game show. Not that kind, but
show about games.
And there are just some days where I'm like, I know I have to play this because if I don't, I'm going to be behind. But I just really don't want to.
Yeah, it's a conflict between immediate fun and long-term goals in the game and like long-term achievements.
Long-term goals
yeah.
being fun. It's like planning for your future and managing your bank account. Now that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a game thing now.
I remember getting olfaction, man. That was
yeah, that we'll
talk about it.
We'll
talk about it later.
But football, I mean, I was never an athlete. I don't understand. And these are people that of all ages are preemptively getting ridiculously serious about it.
Yeah. I mean, now I heard too though that the balls submitted for play have to be given to the ref like 2 hours before the game or something like that.
But that's 2 hour span. You could do anything within 2 hours.
I guess so.
You could get an ostrich to hatch an egg, painted football colors, and that'll be it. It'll be like, okay, this ball is okay, and then he doesn't see it for 2 hours, and then suddenly, and then Tom Brady is like, hey, do you have the ostrich egg? You know I do. Like, he does the suggestive, he does the audible wink, just like, I know it's not an egg, but here we are. We need to. I know that I'm getting the general opinion that baseball's on the popular decline.
I don't know. But for me, I
think we should start doing that with football just before you start doing your thing. We should start calling it what the rest of the world called it. We call it hand egg.
Hand egg.
No one wants to do a fantasy hand egg.
They should have like themed games. I think where there's like a nest in the end zone, you know. And you're like stealing the other.
Get some feathers on all of the teams, on all the team jerseys.
Yeah, or like have a giant frying pan, you know, in the end zone.
See if you can hedge the football into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that would be great. But yeah, that's got people in a bind. They're getting needlessly upset over it. Are they gonna play the Super Bowl? Are they going to get a slap on the wrist? I don't know.
It's difficult to say who would be responsible for that. You know, the coach. Does the whole team get penalized for that?
It reminds me of a Scrubs episode where they let everyone had a part in letting the patient die because all of them were doing different things. They were stuck in traffic. They were watching the lottery, and then it turns out, oh nope, it turns out he had some problem that no one knew about. So you're off the hook. They still feel bad about it afterwards. I don't know if the New England Patriots can feel empathy, but I mean, we'll see.
That's yet to be determined.
We'll see, but it's not going to look well for them, especially since players already killed and abused others.
Yeah.
So that happened earlier in the year. I hope people haven't forgotten about that.
Oh man.
I might not be a player, but I'm certainly critical of fans that just let that thing go. It's not a fun thing.
No.
Okay. What else is happening in the world today? Lately, there's been this story of a man who was breaking a $100 bill, and he bought 2 lottery tickets with it.
Okay.
And it turns out, hey, one of those was a winner, and he won $10 million.
Very nice.
Yeah,
so that's how you break 100.
Yeah. Now that's certainly how you go out in style. And then you got this problem of, okay, well now I need to break 10 million. Give me a couple more lottery tickets. And he's stuck in a loop. He might be still there, just breaking money.
Man.
What would you do with $10 million?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. You know, I'd have to invest a lot of it. I'd probably have a few immediate purchases, but
I mean, after tax and everything, after the state takes
you
its
lose
cut,
quite a bit.
I think I read afterwards he had 6.5 million left over.
Mm-hmm.
So what would I guess the fixed question is, what would you do with 6.5 million?
I'd take care of my basic needs. I'd make sure I wouldn't have to worry about, I'd get a nice place to live, pay it off.
Yeah, you could just buy it. Yeah.
But I would invest a bunch of it, I think. I think I'd try to do the safe thing and not be too crazy. Not like buy a Harrier jet or something.
Yeah. I remember reading someone's informed comment about it.
Yeah.
About what to do if you won the lottery.
I hear a lot of people don't do well after that.
Oh yeah, like most of them turn to drugs. A lot of them are like robbed.
End up in debt.
They end up in debt because they have no real concept of I don't have money anymore.
Yeah.
They just kind of like go crazy with it. And I mean, if you won the lottery, you're one of the privileged few that should.
Yeah.
Because now you have more money than you ever imagined, or probably did imagine, and now you actually have it.
The thing is, it's a finite amount, though, and if you're deciding that you're not going to worry about or pay attention to how much you're spending, and you're spending a lot, eventually, somewhere down the road, you're gonna
somewhere
run
around,
dry.
yeah.
And
but I would tell absolutely no one.
Yeah,
I would tell zero. I would make sure that
you can have a proxy get it for you. Or
redeem
it. So
well, I mean, at that point, you could just hire anyone to get it for you. But I certainly would not tell anybody. I would try and keep it to myself. I would try and take care of problems before anyone ever anticipated them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would just, don't worry about the money. I take care of my own. I'd probably give some people a stipend. Just say okay, I won the lottery. I can't keep a secret from you. Here's $5,000 a month just to shut you up.
Yeah.
I think it would work. But I know, and this might not be a terrible problem for my family, but I know some people that have really large ones, and the beggars just come out of the woodwork.
Everybody appears.
Yeah, I mean, if you invent something that makes millions,
buddy,
if you did the work, you're entitled to the money. But since you won it completely by chance, I should get a cut. And that's what they think. I'm
I mean, you could always just go crazy though. Do something.
Crazy, kill them or something.
Create your no. Just put all your money into some venture, make a new flavor of ice cream or something.
The forbidden banana flavor. Is there a banana flavor ice cream?
I've had banana fudge chunk before.
But not straight up banana.
Straight up banana. I think there's something. It must not hold. I don't know.
I'm willing to think that just banana by itself is it's already ice creamish. Yeah. Why would you mess around with that?
Yeah.
But I would love to do that. I swear. I don't even remember if I had banana gelato. I was in Rome this one time. We'll expound upon that another time. And they had gelatos out of everything, but I don't remember having banana. It was chocolate chili, but no banana. At
Queen of Corona, the Italian ice place in Queens, I've had banana, and it wasn't that imitation banana, how Runts. The banana Runts have that flavor, or
that's not a flavor. That's like a texture. That's like a texture.
But this was real. It tasted like a ripe banana. This Italian ice. It was a little weird, but it was good.
And there it is. Why wouldn't you just eat a banana at that point?
Yeah. I remember an AMA with Ben and Jerry recently from Ben and Jerry's. And,
oh yeah. And I must missed that.
So many questions were hey, will you ever bring this flavor back? I loved this flavor. And it's just they love the flavor too, but at some point...
I bet they also wonder if Rugrats is ever going to come back. But it's my 2 cents on people that miss things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand. It's one thing to miss... when it's a flavor, you can only have that ice cream like, as long as it's available, and then it's gone forever.
You got a point. I thought at one point, those Warhead candies, I thought those were extinct, and I didn't find them for years. And then it turns out, I wander into CVS one day, I'm like, they have them? Holy crap, I need to buy all of them. And I did.
There are people on the internet who, like, scout this stuff out and, like, convene, and they're like, yeah, you can get it on Amazon, or, like, I have it here.
Oh!
And,
yeah, that's another
like
thing.
Waffle Crisp or something.
Yeah, that was another thing. There's actually, like, extinct candies, like Sour Starburst. I remember when that was a thing. Yeah. And I'm jonesing for it the other day. It was, like, a year ago, so not really the other year ago. And I'm like, okay, well, where can I find Sour Starburst? I can't find it in gas stations anymore. And I look on Amazon, and there's, like, one seller from, like, a year ago that he's like, asking for a ridiculous amount. I'm like, I don't want it that much. It's Sour Starburst. I can live without.
Oh, man.
I'll find some other way to rot my teeth.
You should treat yourself, though. You should.
This isn't a vintage bottle of brandy or something. This is just a candy.
It's so similar to that.
You get the net effect of pouring lemon juice and sugar in your mouth.
It's like original Skittles. Used to have lime Skittles, and now it's green apple.
Green apple, yeah.
And people are like, don't give me that trash.
Well, when you think about it, you already had lemon in there.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
I guess so.
Yeah. I remember when they did that with sour Skittles. Ugh. Although then again, I really only wanted it for like the sugar pixie dust at the end. If there's ever such a thing,
they were like the rough Skittles, right?
Yeah,
they had like that sandpaper coating.
Yeah. Well, scientists now believes it's sugar, but yeah, sandpaper. I'm sure there's at least one person that actually tried to like trick kids into eating sandpaper on stuff.
Ugh.
Like sawdust.
Ugh.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember that was a thing. Someone actually like gave out sawdust something for Halloween. Maybe it was like a candy coated in sawdust.
I saw on a YouTube channel these guys who did those Rhett and Link guys did a
I love Rhett and Link.
Willet popsicle. And
yes,
they did sawdust, and so it's basically, you know, sawdust put into a little bit of water, frozen.
Yeah, and then frozen, and then they ate it.
Tried to eat it.
Is that what YouTube fame is now? Just
I don't know,
once you've made a name for yourself and you've done enough skits,
you just gotta eat crazy stuff.
Now you eat crazy stuff. I remember they tried to they drank a bottle of hot sauce. They made popsicle out of hot sauce. They put pork blood and baby shampoo into tacos and try to figure if that was edible. And spoiler alert, it wasn't, but, you know.
Let's never do that.
Let's never. Well, no one can see us on this thing, so.
Yeah. Let's only eat good stuff.
Yeah. I remember I tried to like watch, or quote unquote watch, podcast while I was at work, and it was just guys sitting around. I'm like, okay, this is kind of what I expected, but it was only one episode of it. I'm like, I know you guys did hundreds of episodes. Where's the rest of them? Why aren't you putting this on YouTube? Maybe
they just ate too much
pork blood.
Yeah, elephant feet tacos or something.
Well, now I'm interested in elephant feet tacos. You know that's got to be expensive.
Have you had anything weird lately? Have you eaten anything different?
Oh God, no. Anything weird?
Exceptionally strange.
Oh, I had Mediterranean food yesterday, but that's not weird. There's an entire section of the world.
Fairly normal, yeah.
It's fairly normal. No, nothing Japanese, nothing Spanish. I don't know. I'm not. If I'm looking for a weird thing, I'll find a weird thing. I'm not going to go out of my way. I'm not going to make it a part of my daily routine to do it. I'll go out of my way to find a weird thing, but only if it sounds good.
Recently, okay, get ready for this. I had a gyro. You like gyros?
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. They're incredible.
So it was at a place called Blazin' Burgers. It's a burger place
that sells gyros.
Well, they also sell pizza. They sell wings. They're kind of like a
whatever
place like that.
It's
I don't know what that would be called.
Far-reaching one. I think that's just American style, but gyros, no. Well, whatever.
Well, Well, anyway, so it was a loaded gyro. So think of a loaded baked potato, right? You have a potato skin.
You got cheese, bacon, chives, sour cream.
So this is a pita, gyro meat, French fries, sour cream, and bacon. And cheddar cheese.
I'm in heaven. No, seriously, I'm in heaven.
Melted cheddar cheese.
How was it?
And sour cream. It was very good. I mean,
was it the regular gyro meat? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, a gyro kind of already has sour cream to it, in that sauce.
Yeah, that yogurt sauce.
So it was not that different.
Although tzatziki sauce by itself, ooh, that needs to become a thing.
It's good.
I don't know why aioli is becoming a thing. Tzatziki sauce needs to come back.
Aioli's good too.
Aioli is good.
I like to make my own.
But tzatziki sauce has been around forever, and that needs to be brought back into the limelight.
You can only get it there, and it's so good on fries and.
Exactly. I had tzatziki sauce on basically everything. When I had lunch one time, and I told him, all right, just put tzatziki sauce on that.
Yeah.
You got
put
fries.
It on my salad.
Well, you want ketchup with that? Can I just get white sauce with it?
Mix it into the soup.
And then the guy gave me a piece of bread because oh, it's sharp. I'm like, you don't know my digestive system, man. I'm gonna eat this. I'm not going to have any problems. This sauce is incredible.
So that's what you need to do. Win the lottery, create tzatziki ice cream.
Yeah, I'll bring tzatziki back if I win the lottery. After I squirrel away the rest of the money, I might bury it a couple of times.
I don't know if I don't think they bottle that and sell it. I don't know if you can buy it as a condiment.
I think you can. I think if you looked hard enough, you could find
so.
it. Yeah, that happened at a party that I went to. We did Greek food, and instead of someone making tzatziki sauce, they just brought a little jar of it. I'm like, all right, this works.
Okay.
This works. Food was good, by the way. So recently, the U.S. Senate took a vote to recognize climate change. And how do you think that went? Because you've heard of crazy Senate. Republicans who are like, I don't know if climate change is real. I think it's a hoax.
Right. And Republicans, didn't they gain control of the Senate?
Yeah, they're now in control of Congress.
I don't know.
So that's a weird predicament that America has put itself in.
I wonder, recognize it as in who, aren't they all going to make their own decisions on future?
Yeah,
that's anyway?
that's the problem. I think I know this was a way to make them say
we're all going to go with this now as a valid thing, or
yeah, it's like recognizing that the 3/5 compromise isn't a thing anymore.
Okay.
I'm sure there are some definitely racist people out there that still hold it, but legally, it's we can't do that anymore. That's not a thing. You can't judge them based on that.
So this is setting precedent.
Yeah, this is you can't use that as officially as a reason for going against that. So how do you think that vote went? This isn't even the House of Representatives. This isn't the crazy amount where you see 400 people voting on it.
Right.
This is 100 max.
I'm gonna say that it went in favor of recognizing that climate change is climate. I'm gonna say it went in favor of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, 98-1 say nice. They're gonna recognize it. It's kid gloves are off.
Yeah.
This is a thing now. It needs to go through the House, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna follow suit. I feel ridiculously bad for the state. And this is from Mississippi. The state that elected the one guy that stood his ground, just guns blazing. This is still a hoax.
He'll probably be very popular with certain people,
It's he's going to be lauded as a hero, but it's like when back in kindergarten, everyone's doing math problems together, and the teacher says, "What's 2 + 3?" And everyone screams 5, and you are the one person that goes, "Say 5!" 6, no 5.
It's 6.
It's 6.
Sticking to my guns.
Yeah, I mean, he's an idiot. There is that. But I can't believe we're having this conversation. How long after Al Gore?
2015 right now.
When did Al Gore do An Inconvenient Truth?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure we could quick look that up, but I'm sure it was a sizable time ago. It's measurable. This was when Al Gore was
10 years ago,
still very present. And we are having this discussion about climate change and it being real or not.
That movie
this
came
long
out in
after.
2006, that movie.
2006, so that is about 9 years ago. Al Gore said, this stuff is harming the planet, we need to take action. And now 9 years later, the government is saying, you can't flip-flop on this issue anymore. Go ahead.
It's crazy. I don't know, it's good though. It's good that they all, maybe they'll make some kind of progress towards,
Well, if you deny it, I mean, whether or not you deny it or not, let's just accept it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's just accept that this is a real thing.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? The planet gets better? That's terrible.
Even if our contribution to the warming of the planet is fractional, right? You can still do better with that.
Well, I know the real problem is that we gotta close down those carbon emissions from all the sweatshops from squirrels. I tell you what, those squirrels, those guys are the ones that are ruining the planet, not us.
Those nuts, man.
Yeah, those nut factories. Well, what do you think they do with them? Aside from hiding them and forgetting where they go, they gotta get processed.
Eating all those nuts, that could have been trees.
Yeah, that is robbing the planet of oxygen. You fucking squirrels.
Oh, man. China, man. That's what's...
No, China is the problem.
What's up.
All joking aside, China is the problem. And, fun fact, I did go to Beijing. I did go to China. It's not one of those things that comes up anymore, because I did it in high school, and it was a very guided tour. But,
That's
what the hell was that? Whatever. Nothing changed. And when I went there, they were, like, planning for the Olympics. So they were trying to get cars out of Beijing. They were trying to get people to do more bicycle stuff. And I don't remember ever seeing the sun when I was in Beijing. I went to other cities and I saw daylight there. Not so much with the main city.
Just in a cloud city.
Yeah, it was just a cloud. And then I saw the picture of, what was it, Shanghai?
Yeah,
or was it Beijing?
Every once in a while, an album surfaces on the front page of
Yeah.
China. And it's just like garbage floating around and people that look like they're about to go into surgery walking down the street with these masks on.
And like seeing the entire skyline of the city, but it looks like sepia tone, and you're like, oh, who turned on the Instagram filter? And it's real. Now that is some scary stuff. I wonder if it's going to turn into one of those things where the world holds China accountable. Because you could already like knock them on a couple of things. Whether or not they're going to recognize it, that's another thing entirely.
I mean, they're developing and they're not doing. I don't know. It's going to take some time, I think, for them to get in shape.
Yeah. One more, or do you want to start your segment?
Yeah.
Control?
I guess I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about drones, and recently,
here we go.
I got to talk about this. So recently,
here.
a drone was found in a parking lot near the California-Mexico border with meth strapped to it. Okay.
This is a creative way to get it across, people.
So this is like a new technique, I guess. I guess the guy couldn't fly the drone too well. I heard it was like 6 pounds of meth. Maybe I don't remember now.
Not even just. I was about to think like they found it and it had like a little baggie of meth and like a couple syringes around it. Like this drone needed help and we were not there.
I think they actually strapped it to the propellers, which I don't know if is the best idea.
It's not.
But
can you imagine anything being strapped to a propeller of anything being a good idea?
So balanced, you know. I don't. But I mean, like, really, you're gonna put meth.
I guess people's clothes and insides aren't enough. You need to use expensive drones.
So now I can just imagine, like, there are gonna be, you know how they have these border guards? There's gonna be like people who are trained to like hunt down drones, you know, and drone snipers, drone bounty hunters.
Well, I can imagine the conversation that happened at the border, just kind of like, okay, look for anything that has legs and might be trying to get across the border, and then just up above their heads, maybe 10 feet above their heads, just like a, Boss, what is that? Is that trying to get in? Ah, it can't be American. Can't be American. Don't have no legs.
Some dude with a cowboy hat, just with a net gun and a ATV driving around along the border, you know.
It's just a fly. It's fine. You not see how tight it is? Can't do no harm.
Maybe they'll develop counter drones, you know, drones to shoot down the other drones or something, or just kamikaze into them.
Well, I would love if instead of like actual wars, like with people shooting each other, we just have drone wars.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like playing a video game. It's almost like something you see in an arcade. It's like you're driving your own drone. It's not actually you, but you're piloting a robot.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I mean, it's a lot less. I guess like you know, it's a lot less risk than sending a person. You know,
I suppose, but at the same time,
if it goes bad, the most you lost is what was on that drone.
You got a point.
And the drone itself.
You got a point, but you also have to afford a drone. I don't know how expensive drones are.
They gotta be getting cheaper. I mean, some people have them. Hobbyists have them. Some.
Would still also frighten. Why do you need a drone? That's what I want to know.
You know who I think should get drones? Like Domino's.
Well,
there was this whole thing about Amazon having these drones, you know.
Well, I think for pizza delivery that would be cool. You need to have a lot more Domino's to do that.
Pizza delivery guys would be out of business, but maybe they would become like drone pilots.
Yeah, well, there'd
just be
a way of saving.
In the pizza parlor with his monitors and stuff.
He's got like the little joystick with the little red button on it. Deploys pizzas, but also pew, 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 pew.
And it could like it could just like this big claw holding a pizza box flying through the sky. There'd be people...
I'd be terrified, personally. I would love to have my pizza delivered that way, but if I ever saw that remotely and didn't know there was an official announcement, I would be scared shitless.
New York City would be crazy. It'd just be
New York City, you'd never see the sun again like Beijing, because there'd be so many pizza drones in the sky.
Fleet of pizzas flying through the city. And they'd like go up to... Do you think they'd go to the... They'd fly up to your apartment window or something?
Well, yeah, I think... Well, there's no way that it could ring the bell or something.
Fire escape pizza?
Fire escape pizza? Well, that's a marketing thing right there. It really is. It doesn't even matter how good the pizza is. Just the fact that no one has to leave their house, and it's the future that's delivering my pizza to me.
I bet.
Screw hoverboards, we need
people
this.
People would, like, stick around near the pizzeria and see where the drones, you know, and they'd, like, hunt them down.
Yeah, that would be
this new era of, like, feral people who hunt pizza for...
Well, in a post-apocalyptic world, yes.
Throw their spears.
Where Domino's is the only source of food that people have. But I think nowadays, like, how often do pizza guys get jumped?
Not that, no. But it's different, you know.
It is different because like no one's getting hurt, and it's just a robot.
If you knock a drone out of the sky and take the pizza, no one's gonna find you. You got a nice buffalo chicken pizza you speared down or something.
You speared
All
down.
All you need is a rock, I guess. No, I don't know. They'll probably figure out some kind of...
Not even like manhandling the drone.
They'll have like some kind of anti-personnel thing.
Not like a bow and arrow, which would just be... It would be just as silly. I'm imagining a guy like a javelin thrower just like arching up into the sky, throwing it, and in one fell swoop it just...
They'll probably have like a heated box or something that if the drone sustains damage, it'll just incinerate the pizza to deter you from trying to do that.
Well, if the person that paid this doesn't get it, no one can. Just like incinerates it, just sets it on fire. No one can get it now. Now you get as a box of ash. Yeah. That would be a good security measure. We have a business plan right here. We got it. All we need is that $10 million.
We need a good name for our drone. We only deliver by drone. You can only speak to a robot when you come to our pizzeria.
Droneza. Pepperoni with nanobots.
Drone. I don't know. We need some kind of... I don't know.
Let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, guys, come up with a name for a...
Come up with a name for a pizza delivery service that is only done by drones. Yeah. No people leaving in cars. No one no one actually leaving by bike, just drones. And then when you do, let me know if that's a thing, because I will order cross country and absorb all the damages. It'll take a paycheck, but that's a paycheck well spent. Pizza's gonna be like grody when it gets here, but you know.
I love how I'm talking about meth. Came over.
Oh yeah, back to the
Mexican border, and I always go to food. Ended up talking about pizza.
I mean, if it was marijuana, I think that'd be a little more appropriate. I guess.
I could see them doing that too. You know.
Yeah. Well,
in Colorado.
I think if well, yeah, definitely. Well, I think if Silk Road never shut down and wanted to get into the future, I think they would just do that. I remember hearing about it, and it was super sketchy. You had to have a post office box. If you knew what you were doing and didn't want to be traced, that would be it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely I'm sure there's still stuff going on like that. It's just I think when one thing shuts down, like 5 more things pop up on.
Yeah, the Hydra effect. Is that what it's called?
Web. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Hydras.
It makes sense. But yeah, no, it was one of, I remember hearing about Silk Road, and it sounded like one of those things that everyone, once you joined it, you were a part of it. You had to use a different web browser. You had to host a part of it.
Yeah, you gotta get on that Tor network.
That was it. That was the name of the browser, Tor. And when that kind of thing happens and then it shuts down, what happens to the people? Because it's like if a company goes down, it's the stockholders that suffer. They're the ones that threw in the money. I mean, assuming there is stock.
Well,
so
I think it is almost more like an eBay or an you put the stuff you have up for sale and then people buy it or they don't.
I mean, I guess. I
don't know if anyone really lost a lot, but I think the dude
I guess they just lost the venue. Really,
the guy that started it was a little sloppy with not using his real name when registering an email or something, and some kind of thing like that.
And that's
happened.
how he got caught.
And the government, it was I think he registered an account and then within a couple of minutes changed the name, but it was still on record or something. So they were able, and it was even that email wasn't really connected to it, but that email was also I don't remember. There was some kind of thing.
It was it's one of those things if you used it, you probably would have a better idea. But if you didn't, we clearly didn't,
right?
Then we wouldn't know as much. We just remember the big announcements.
Yeah. But I'm sure there are people who are very careful and very knowledgeable, and
it's like, do you remember that? You remember the movie Horrible Bosses?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Okay, well there was this part. You know the premise at least. They want to kill their bosses.
Okay.
Okay, well let's go with that.
I know it.
That's all you need to know. Game over. We're done. But they try to hire someone through Craigslist to be an assassin, and Charlie Day's character he said, oh, well, he does wet work. What's wet work? Well, wet work is code. It's it's assassinating. It's wet work. And they meet up in the hotel room, and it's a guy that does wet work. They're like, okay, well, how much for all of us? No, it's not us you're doing, it's our bosses. And he starts stripping down. He's like, I drank a gallon of something. I'm gonna be pissing on somebody. Oh no!
What?
Wait, what is wet work? It's male urination. Oh.
Oh man.
Maybe it's something like that. Maybe wet work now is code for please deliver meth by drone. If the Mexican government could do that, why can't we?
Yeah.
It wasn't even the Mexican government. Why am I even dragging them into this?
Mexican government, man. It's
like blaming Obama for the fact that I had cereal this morning.
Mexican government needs some help.
Didn't they always though?
Didn't they always need help?
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't remember many reports saying Mexico is a prosperous nation. I remember the story came out that they were the fattest nation. And I had some friends give me insight on that. It's because they drink Coke like it's water.
The thing about Coke from Mexico is that it's made with
real sugar.
Real sugar. There's a store 2 minutes from here that sells Coke made in Mexico. It comes in glass bottle 6-pack.
But then what does that say? I remember people telling me that. And I'm like, well, what does that say about ours? And yet they drink it like it's water.
Well, I don't know why they make it there with sugar. And I don't know why we switched to corn. I guess switching to corn syrup is more economical.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But apparently the taste is different.
Yeah, that I get too.
But if you were like a baby boomer, you grew up drinking Coke with sugar, and it's like nostalgic for you to get this Coke from Mexico because it tastes like Coke should taste or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I was born in the 90s. I wouldn't per se call myself a 90s kid. I just remember... The only thing I remember is Surge. That needs to be brought back.
Yeah, they did. Well, they brought it back for a limited run. Yeah.
They did?
It was big news, man.
Crap. Where was I when this happened?
It was... It might still be around.
Was it technically an energy drink, or was it just like a regular drink? I can imagine Surge running with that angle.
I think it's just a soda. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
It's like 1995, drinking Surge.
It's like I had this idea in my head, like, oh, it's like slime.
Yeah,
slime, and that's what Mountain Dew tasted like to me for the longest time. It just Slurm, yeah, from Futurama, and that didn't help. That didn't help with the mental image that I had. Like, ugh, wow. This doesn't have a discernible taste, and it's green. I'm gonna assume it's slime.
It was good though. Yeah, I don't know what kind of. It's like what is the flavor? Like Mountain Dr. Pepper, is supposedly the predominant flavor is prunes.
Yeah, that I remember hearing.
But it's kind of cherry-ish.
What was the name? What was the number that they had? 26 flavors? 23 flavors? 23 flavors, and they're all crap. Let's be real here. Dr. Pepper is disgusting. I don't know why people like it.
It's okay. I like it, man. I mean, I like cherry stuff, so Mr. Pibb is really good. A lot of stuff going on with soda recently. Surge came back, I don't know, in the summer? But also, you know what happened? Taco Bell had a contract on
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Yeah, that's how much I know my how much I know my Taco Bell, instantly.
The contract ran out, so now they can sell it everywhere. So you can go to 7-Eleven
and buy Baja Blast.
Get Baja Blast.
I gotta do that now. Yeah. Baja Blast is my friggin' favorite.
Yeah.
It's lime. What is it? Lime flavor on top of whatever Mountain Dew is.
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
It's mystery meat plus lime. Makes it better. Ugh. What else you got? What else you got in tech news? What else
do I have in tech news?
I can go back to the weird stuff if you want.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot's been going on. There's been some Microsoft's coming out with this hologram thing.
Right, the hologram thing. I remember seeing a story on that, and they put Minecraft in their living room, and it was like a guy looking over a Minecraft world.
I mean, how does that? You have glasses, I guess, right? Or how do you see the hologram? It's just you don't need anything. It's a device that
I think so. I think it's like a couple of set things.
Maybe they'll make a plastic pick you can hold and you can actually mine in your living room.
Yeah, well, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Be weird. I think I'd still prefer the Oculus Rift, though.
Yeah.
I'd rather be, submerged in the weird reality than just having it mixed in with... That wouldn't help people that already, have a weird perception of the world. It wouldn't be the ones that, can't distinguish between reality and fantasy. The augmented reality stuff.
Yeah.
That they're putting in Google Glass and all that stuff. That's not going to help people. That's just going to get me distracted and wonder, I'm sitting at my desk, why the hell isn't there a Pokeball right there?
I think one day we're going to have game rooms. It's just going to be a room with 4 blank walls, totally empty, and you're just going to walk into it.
And then it starts simulating stuff?
Yeah, and just run away from a creeper.
Well, that I would like. Just have movable... whatever you're standing on would be moving underneath your feet, and it would just react to where you're running to. That would be cool. That's what we need. I certainly don't know how far off we are from that.
Yeah.
I want that to happen so bad. I probably would live in those. like I said, the augmented reality wouldn't be good for me. But if I would just escape to the world and that's it, like I'd be cool with that. Don't know how I would survive after that, but whatever. We'll figure out that detail later.
Just live in your
Live in my little world.
yeah.
Well, I know. If you're ever strapped for where you're living with your own place, if you're like looking for some place that's cheap to live, consider an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Live in a buffet?
Yeah, live in an all-you-can-eat buffet. Well, think about it. It's like $13 to get in. There you go. Even if you like left at night and you found some park bench to sleep on, the minute you walk in, it's $13. You have all your food taken care of. You got lights. You probably got electricity if you can find an outlet.
Stay there for the day.
Yeah, you got bathrooms. You could like wash yourself. You got moist towelettes.
Yeah.
From whatever they would be serving there, so you could keep yourself clean from that.
Maybe.
I mean, it's certainly better than just the park bench and that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, think about it. $13. I don't think they're gonna kick you out if you're aggressive enough.
I've heard that
Gotta hold your own in a fight though, but there we go.
if you're down on your luck, the thing to do is get a gym membership and haggle with them and bargain, and because it doesn't cost them anything to have you at their gym, but you get a shower.
Right.
So it's better.
You get the workout equipment and you're able to.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably find some nice people in there and be like, look, dude, full disclosure, I'm homeless. I'm using this gym membership. At least I smell nice. There's that. Can I borrow some razors to get rid of my homeless beard? Like
versus getting a motel. I mean, I guess you can't sleep there, but usually they're open 24/7. So like if it's winter and you're cold, you can find a 24-hour gym and kind of just hang around there at night.
Yeah.
And be creepy and get a nice shower.
I know I wouldn't go to a 24-hour gym if I saw homeless men there.
I wonder who works out if anything happens at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Would they use a hobo flex? These guys. Hobo flex.
Hobo flex.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
That's definitely what Chuck Norris would use if he ever lost his house. Which coincidentally is a roundhouse.
What, a roundhouse? Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. Chuck Norris joke.
Does he live in a yurt?
No, Chuck Norris jokes making a comeback.
A roundhouse.
You heard it here.
That was horrible.
Shut up. You've heard worse. You've heard worse. I've had friends that do puns nonstop, and I've heard worse. I've certainly heard better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him that credit.
I love puns. I love them.
I know more than anyone. Of course you do.
I go to I perform at this open mic, whatever, and before my songs, I come up deadpan to the stage, like I'm real serious, and I just drop a pun on everyone, or drop some horrible joke. I'll say like I don't really trust stairs. They're always leading up to something. And people just go, no.
Oh.
And that's when
it hurts.
The distaste and the look of
absolute disgust you must
anger.
get.
Yeah, that's when
Makes me wonder why you do
it.
The
crowd is ready for me.
Well, now I'm going to blow them away with music after I've hit the bottom level that I could possibly get. If I know my music is hitting those faces, then I should stop. It's smart, but at the same time, I hate you for it.
Yeah, when people are angry at you.
When people physically want to get up on stage,
there's no real strategy there.
It's probably not the best. It's like in chess, if you just decided to just go forward, not even attack anything. That's a strategy. It's not the best one. Let's throw that out there.
Yeah.
Ugh. I should probably come to one of your shows one of these days.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah.
You should come out.
So
it's nothing special.
You got any more news, or should we? Are we too early in this whole career to introduce a segment? Because I wanted to start an idea.
Let's create a tradition.
Okay,
now.
let's do it. No better time than the present. What I wanted to do when we started this out, aside from, well, I'm going to do these kind of things, you're going to do these kind of things, we're going to do a post show, we're going to do a post-post show, we're going to do a wrap-up post-post-post show. We're not going to do any of those things, but we still did. What I wanted to do...
The Talking Dead.
Oh, well, Talking Dead, that's another thing. I love that, after all of these shows on AMC, there is a talk show afterwards discussing the episode with people, and it's always like some pun with talking. And I always think, oh, Breaking Bad, more like Talking Bad. Walking Dead, more like Talking Dead. And like it's a good show, but I can't get that taste out of my mouth, out of my face hole. That it's like it's a bad pun to start off with a show that just offshoots off of it. I love hard work and everything, but
I prefer the Reddit thread per episode.
Oh, I prefer the show discussion that happens on 4chan. But that's just me. They come up with like reaction things instantly. That's just me. Okay, but where was I? I wanted to do a segment on we would go on Reddit, and there's basically a subreddit for everything.
Yeah.
There's a Reddit for your favorite band. There's a Reddit for your favorite sports team. There's a Reddit for finding weird things on the internet and then giving them the Reddit hug of death, which just instantly 404s the page because there's so many people going to it.
There are so many good subreddits that guaranteed there are some that you would appreciate and enjoy that you just don't know about.
There is that. So originally I wanted to do a segment on, well, this is a subreddit that I go to, and here's why you should check it out. But I think it would be a lot more fun if me and Mike and I, if you're really that into grammar, we would click random.
Oh, God.
And we would give you our first impressions on the first thing that comes up. So, without further ado, this is a working title, by all means suggest something else. We're gonna go to, subreddit discovery. Alright, so Mike, what do you got? Boy. Well, I wanted to do better know a subreddit, but I'm not gonna steal something from Stephen Colbert after his show ended. That's thievery.
Did he have that on there?
Yeah, he had Better Know a District. He certainly didn't go all over the
subreddit.
He certainly didn't finish it before the show ended, but it was still fun.
So dangerous to click the random button.
It doesn't matter. We're going in. We're going to go deep down the rabbit hole. Let's see. What's the first thing that comes up?
Give me a second.
Whip out your phone, man. Come on.
Okay. Trap music.
What?
Let's see. I'm not.
Spell that for me. I'm gonna go on that too. I'm not gonna.
TRAP.
Okay.
MUZIK. Oh boy.
MUZK.
ZIK.
It's like muzik, like that classical stuff, but
it's definitely not classical.
What are you seeing, man? I'm getting bad reception down here.
Okay.
I should probably get your Wi-Fi password.
It looks like it's like a hip hop kind of thing. I see starter guides. They're talking about Gucci Mane, 3-6 Mafia, Waka Flocka Flame.
What distinguishes this from regular hip hop?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not getting it. What does it say on info?
That's the subreddit for trap music, dirty south, drill, crunk, or any other rap you would bang in the club or drive during a drive-by.
During a drive-by.
So this is if you're thinking about going on a drive-by, guys, you can find some music here.
I want to get
would suit that.
I want to get some racial stats on this. I want to think who. Not even racial stats. Let's just go with just general demographics. I want to see who thinks this is a thing, because I know. Yeah.
There's more here. If someone has referred to your hip hop as ignorant, materialistic, violent, or stupid, but you know the shit bangs hard.
That doesn't help your case.
You belong here.
That doesn't help your friggin' case.
So that's
you're not trying to argue that it's Mozart, but for crying out loud.
I'm like afraid to play it.
If you've called your stuff ignorant and stupid, but you know this shit's hella crunk.
Oh man.
Like despite that, or like in addition to it? This is the epitome of white guys talking rap.
Maybe
right now.
Maybe we can find like the the intro theme to our show here.
Oh God, wouldn't that be a laugh? Oh, wouldn't that be a Greek tragedy?
Wow, see, random, man. You never know what you're gonna get with random.
Well, you know what? I'm keeping this. I thought it was going to be like a boring subreddit that's been dead for a while about, I don't know, Colts fans. He thought we were going to go... Oh.
That's the sidebar photo. It's a guy with a black guy with a tattooed chest. He's got some gold around his neck, gold fronts on his teeth.
He looks pretty chubby.
He's definitely happy.
He looks bare.
He's not wearing a shirt.
Of course he's not wearing a shirt. Dirty South, The Drill, Crunk, or any rap you would bang in the club.
Hey, man.
I mean, the weird thing about it is, I'm like reading this, and it's well written. At least like the stuff on the
To
information.
each his own. Yeah.
It's well written, and it's not. There's no spelling mistakes, as far as I can tell. But so this is one of those things. Like, this is a serious project that people were like, well, you know what? I like Waka Flocka Flame. You don't have to tell me it's terrible. I'm going to put it on my own subreddit.
I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Is that Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Is this a rap about Dragon Ball Z?
Okay.
It's not bad. It's certainly one of those things that would make like a guilty pleasure, but this is a rap about Dragon Ball Z. This is stuff about Dragon Ball Z. Nope. Okay, I'm
alright.
I actually had a guy in college. He was like my suite mate, and he's a rapper now. I don't know how successful his career is. I haven't checked in with him in a while. But he actually watched all of the Dragon Ball Z during the first semester that we were there. The Dragon Ball Z. He watched the entirety of it. So, like, maybe there's a crossover there. Maybe there's a potential for like some mixing.
Yeah, it'll be like the new.
Because we just saw a trap music video with most of it was Dragon Ball Z footage.
Yeah, there were some sound bites in there too. I mean, it could be the new like the Wu-Tang Clan.
The Z-Tang
those guys, Clan? They watched a lot of old samurai movies, and
I think that's a lot more vintage though. This is like anime.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
Well, hey, Dragon Ball Z is not exactly a spring chicken.
It's been around. It's been around. I probably should like start. If I was ever bored one day, I'd probably start watching it. There's that. Maybe not. See how I feel that day.
Okay.
This was good. This was good.
Not a bad show.
Not a bad show. Maybe there might be some disagreement. It's certainly. We'll figure this out. We're gonna hit the ground running a couple of times, and then we'll find our flow. We'll definitely get some intro and outro music.
Yeah.
Maybe do this longer. Maybe do this shorter. I think. What is this? An hour?
It's about an hour.
It's about an hour. That's not a bad length.
Hopefully you're still here listening.
Yeah. Hopefully you haven't clicked out by now, or swipe to your next thing on your iPhone or wherever the hell you're listening to this from. But yeah, I had some fun. Let's do this again.
Okay.
Let's do this again. All right. I'm Dean.
And I'm Mike.
And this has been Gentleman Dog Portrait. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
It's the end. We just can't beat him. I've already had to deal with one whole planet.